Historically black colleges and universities, more commonly known as HBCUs, have played an important role in our nation's history. Created after the Civil War, these schools gave recently freed slaves the opportunity to pursue higher education when no other colleges would accept them. For a century after the end of slavery in 1865, most colleges and universities in the South prohibited all African Americans from attending, while institutions in other parts of the country regularly employed quotas to limit admissions of these students. Today, HBCUs are an integral part of the higher education experience in the United States. What a privilege for Central Arkansas to be the recipient of the tremendous work of not one, but 4 historically black colleges and universities in our region to prepare our students to be competitive in the workforce of tomorrow. These schools have been paramount in educating the next generation of leaders and for their work in our communities. The unyielding sense of purpose and dedication of our HBCUs to the success of their students and their commitment to education are qualities we can all admire and aspire to emulate.
We're on a mission of developing bright minds and diversifying the workforce by preparing students to enter business and industry in the region.
Since 1884, Arkansas Baptist College has created bricks without straw, meaning that many of the people that have entered the doors of Arkansas Baptist College have been the pillars for Little Rock, Arkansas, as well as the state of Arkansas.
We have some of the best and brightest graduating from these schools. Their talents lead our graduates to run boardrooms, start small businesses, and contribute to our communities.
To be a part of that club and to be a part of that special group is something uniquely special. And in knowing that, it made me hold my head higher as a student. It made me take my academics more seriously. It made me want to make sure I go into as many conferences and as many internships and fellowships as I could, because I knew I was preparing to be just as them, change agents and advocates in our communities.
I felt like I needed to embrace my culture a little bit more, and my father went to an HBCU. He highly encouraged it. So for me to get not just an education, but also an experience within my culture.
In working with our external constituents and our external stakeholders, those businesses and philanthropic organizations, community organizations, we're trying to make sure that we adhere to the needs of our economy and to ensure that people are able to find jobs, as well as to keep a lively economy in the state of Arkansas, and not just the state of Arkansas, throughout the country and the world.
I think my education here at Philander Smith College prepared me for life after Philander Smith College, as I'm able to understand different cultures. I'm able to reach out to different groups of people. I'm actually a business entrepreneurship major, so everything for me is contingent on talking to people.
We continue to build and strengthen relationships with corporations and foundations in Arkansas and beyond about ways that we can effectively and robustly enhance the quality of life of Pine Bluff, the region, and the state. Through our collaborative efforts, resources, and research, we're working to help build a better Arkansas.
Historically black colleges and universities have been incredibly important to Arkansas. Every student in America deserves the opportunity to succeed. For thousands of students in Arkansas, HBCUs offer the tools through invaluable educational resources to take full advantage of those opportunities. Together, HBCU educators and administrators are proving that education is one of the best investments America can make.
HBCU help us attract, develop, cultivate more talent to maintain America's competitive advantage throughout the world. You know, Congressman Hill has just been a stalwart supporter of Arkansas HBCU and HBCU throughout the country.
In Congress, I've been proud to work alongside my colleagues to champion legislation that bolsters the amazing work that our HBCUs are doing. For the last 3 years, I've been proud to introduce the Shift Back to Society Act, which, inspired by the work of Arkansas Baptist College, creates a pilot program at the U.S. Department of Justice to provide grants to HBCUs to implement educational programs for eligible offenders and help them successfully transition back into their communities.
probably, as much as anything, has been his advocacy as a congressman here in Washington, D.C., but perhaps more important is he's taken this message back to Arkansas, back to Little Rock, and has encouraged the governor, mayors, and others to adopt and replicate federal leadership at the state and local level.
Inspired by Shorter College's work under the Second Chance Pell Program, I was also proud to join Congressman Danny Davis in the reintroduction of the REAL Act, which repeals the ban on Pell eligibility for incarcerated individuals, providing another avenue for education and rehabilitation. These schools provide so much hope to our state by improving our local communities, empowering our students, and growing our economy. It's critical that we continue to invest in these students and provide them with a bright future. I commend the instructors and the university leaders who provide the spaces and learning environments where young people can develop valuable skills for successful careers. I thank you for your legacy of and investment in quality education for Arkansans.